Hi everyone. I hope you're doing well. It's about a little after 5:30 in the morning my time. I've had a lot on my mind and can't sleep, so I'm making this YouTube video about one thing that has been put in my mind. I may have mentioned this before, but waiting on the Lord seems to put me in two different worlds, and I'm assuming many of you who are also waiting on the Lord to come back can probably on some level relate to what I'm saying. It seems like I am living in two different worlds. You have the Rapture Centric living, which is focused on the Lord and His return, saying He's coming back any day now, watching YouTube for the latest signs that He is coming back, watching for the latest earthquake updates, watching for the latest news events that point to His return, and just talking with my Rapture-centric friends about signs related to His return, and talking about how the Lord is moving in the world and pointing everyone to His return, and what's changing in the spiritual realm, and just those types of things, like just talking about the Lord's return and how He's impacting our lives. And then there's the other side, the other world, which is the world that most of the world is familiar with. It's the day-to-day activities, going to your job, and most of the talk there is basically, other than job-related, people who are waiting to retire, focused on their retirement plan, looking at the stock market every day, and talking about the latest sports going on, and maybe some politics, and basically nothing really, though, spiritually related, and even the relationships that the Lord has allowed me to have in this life, or in this life at this point in my time. Let's say I have one fairly close friend who lives in the same town as me. We get together on a fairly regular basis, and she is a blessing in my life, although we do not talk about really the Lord's coming. I did mention it to her once, but I was telling her, I think the Lord is coming back, and I may have mentioned why, and she said, and basically her response was, that's cool, and then the subject got changed, and I also mentioned to her that I helped host this radio show, and it was about the Lord's return and how the Lord is working in our lives, and there was no more questions asked. So, and then I have a close relationship with my mom, and we do a lot of things together, although she lives 7.5 hours away, so we don't really do a lot of things together right now. But when we see each other, we do things together, and we talk on the phone, but most of our conversations are about just our day-to-day activities. Like I'll say, I went to the store this morning, and I'm cleaning later on today, and usually stuff of not huge spiritual significance, although we will talk about the problems in our life. Same goes with my other friend that I just mentioned. They'll talk about the what's going on in their life, and I'll talk about what's going on in my life. But most of it is basically trivial service matters, although sometimes, like I said, we do discuss issues and difficulties. But for me, the relationship the Lord has kind of prohibited what I could say back, although I've, as far as being rapture centric and rapture centric living, like, oh, I'm ready to get out of here and can't wait for the Lord to return. I really can't talk about that with those two people in my life because they don't understand where I'm coming from. So my conversations with them can only go so far, and most of the stuff we talk about is, like I said, mostly trivial matters and stuff that's important in their life, which is good and all. I'm glad to be a listening ear for them and to help them with any problems that come up with in their lives, and they've been a help to me too. But like I said, I'm limited in what I can talk to them about. And so basically, yeah, that's the purpose of this video, is to just say that I'm living in two different worlds, and with my Rapture Centric friends, pretty much most of what we talk about is spiritually significant. And I mean, sometimes we have trivial topics come up like food or animals or what we do in our day-to-day lives. But that's not the most of what we talk about. Most of what we talk about is what the Lord is doing in our lives and spiritually significant things, whereas with the other two people I mentioned, my mom and my friend, basically more trivial stuff. So I hope I'm making sense at least, and I want to hear about you guys' experiences of living in two different worlds, so feel free to comment in the comment section how you feel like you are living in two different worlds, going to work or whatever it is you do in your day-to-day lives, and interacting with the world, and probably not talking about anything of major spiritual significance or the people around you, at least. Again, just basically this video is saying that if you're feeling that way, you are not alone. So I am curious about if anyone else is feeling that way, and what your experiences are. So anyway, feel free to comment, and the Lord is coming back soon, very, very soon. So we cling to that hope, and anyway, I'm thankful for both sets of my all relationships in my life, the rapture centric ones, the ones who are anticipating the Lord's coming, and even those who are not, because it's all the Lord's will. He has put all those people in my life for a reason. And I am thankful for both sets of relationships, and I would be sad if any of them were missing. So I'm not trying to complain or anything, just I find it quite humorous and ironic. So anyway, yeah, love you all. The Lord is coming back any day now, so keep looking up. See you in the air. Bye.